I'll tell you when. We're live.
What's up,
Live
y'all?
portal.
What's up? Big-
You froze up again, buddy.
Chris and his internet conundrum.
And then there you
Yeah, you froze up.
Well, now you're froze, Ben.
I am.
Yeah, you're frozen. You just smiling at me.
I'm rocking.
Oh, there you go. You just
am I back now?
Real time.
You're back. You're back.
go. Okay, sorry, I had to turn the Wi-Fi off. There's John Fred.
Hey,
What y'all doing?
what's up?
Oh, chilling.
So,
Sitting around.
I got to make an announcement. John Fred, I was just telling the other guys this before you hopped on, before we went live, and I'll go ahead and tell everybody else. There looks to be there was some misunderstanding with the time today. So our friends in Three Doors Down thought it was earlier than what it was, and so now they have to reschedule for the week after next. So unfortunately, instead of just so we're sorry if you were tuning in to watch Three Doors Down.
What time did they think it was?
But the good thing is, I think they thought it was at 2:30 because of the Zoom link email has a 30-minute leeway that we send out in case we want to get on and make sure. And I guess maybe they thought it was at 2:30, but it's all good.
Oh, that's okay.
What we'll do is we will
Somebody's getting fired, but
we will chat to our we will just take answers, something we haven't done yet. So
Yeah,
that's
we'll
cool.
we'll make this just an actual cherry chat.
yeah.
Chris, look at that sea turtle, that magnificent sea turtle behind you.
Magnificent. It's gorgeous.
That is wonderful.
I love it. I'm probably gonna get a copyright infringement, but I don't care. It looks cool.
Be fine.
I love it. Brings out
Yeah,
your
I got it
eyes.
up.
So
Let's
now,
hear
If you had a spirit animal, you may be one of those sea turtles, just roaming the vast ocean with
The
your
more I
eyes.
look here, the more I read about sea turtles. You're right.
They're wise, man. They're wise. Hey.
Ben's got his music room all set up, looking cool back there. John Fred's always hanging out in San Francisco. Chris is always in space. I'm
What
gonna
can
have
I
to.
say, man? I like pastrami. What, honey? Would you like to get on?
Yeah,
time?
John, you're gonna have to up your game or something.
I'm gonna have to like paint my ceiling some kind of swirl something in here.
what we'll do is we'll take some questions then. So if you're just tuning in, our friends in Three
There
Doors,
was a slight scheduling error that occurred.
we will make it up.
And yeah, we're gonna have Three Doors Down on week after next. Ben, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and make the announcement for next week's guest.
We'll get it.
Let's go ahead and make the announcement for next week's guest.
There we go.
Just to give people something to be happy about. For all the Three Doors fans that were potentially here that are like, well, piss on these guys. Here's something for you to be happy about. Ben, I'll let you do the honors on this.
Next week, we are thrilled and excited and nervous,
Scared.
to announce that next Friday's Cherry Chat guest will be none other than Steel Panther.
Yes! Oh, it's going to be so awesome, man.
That's going to be amazing.
I'm more excited about doing a Zoom call with Steel Panther than I am about going to the mailbox to look for the stimulus check that's not come yet.
Right?
Yes.
No,
I'll tell you what, and I know it's the same for you guys. I first heard about them in 2009 when we were overseas on tour, and we were in Ireland. And I remember somebody said, I think it was one of our fans or something, we were talking about music, and they said, man, you guys ever check out Steel Panther? I was like, what? And I thought he was kidding at first. And he's like, man, they're the greatest band ever. So I remember I got on the iTunes or whatever and checked them out. And we did, did they play Download that year?
It was Download, man. Because we saw them walking around backstage. We were like, who the hell is that? And then we see them and we're like, oh, no, they're bad. You know what I mean?
Oh,
they're bad.
They are unreal. I don't know, man. I've been a big fan. And we got to do that tour with them.
We'll
in
have
Australia.
plenty of good stuff to talk about with them.
That'll be
Well, Ben, I think you may be the only one that has
we'll get
any
the
accent.
Yeah, the
Sorry,
question.
Jonathan.
So,
Yeah.
let's see here. Everybody's just reacting to the fact that Panther's going to be on it right now. Let's see here.
People loving it.
Here we go. Okay, here's a cool one. They want to know who all in the band has pets, what kind, what are their names? Well,
Okay, Ben, you go first.
I have 2 beagles, Henry and Clark. Many people might already know about them. They are celebrities, and they are
They are the face of a franchise, huh?
they are perfect.
They are.
And Henry and Clark, they were down here a minute ago. They might come back in a minute. Those are mine, 2 beagles, Henry and Clark.
Right on. Okay, I'll go next. I have 2 pets. I have Declan. No, I'm joking. He is a wild animal at times. He is a wild animal at times. No, we have a cat. She stays outside. She loves it. Her name is Silpha. She just kind of showed up. We moved in, and after we built our house, and she just kind of showed up, and Declan named her, and we feed her, so she stays. And then we have a dog inside, a little Yorkie that we took her for a checkup the other day, and she's almost 5 pounds now. Her name's Chewy. She's awesome.
Sweet.
Anyway, dude. Well, I have 3 dogs. Max, who's a Plot Hound. Lucy's a Terrier, and Daisy, who is we think she's a Greyhound, Great Dane. We don't know. She's a mix, and Sage has a cat that we think may have come from the 4th dimension because she'll disappear and then she'll eat everything outside. And I think she's a ghost. I think she's straight out of Pet Cemetery. But she's sweet. And then we have everybody else's dogs that we feed, and then horses and cows and the cave aliens that live down right in the cave. So
Yeah.
it's extensive.
Cave goblins.
Cave goblins. Yep. You gotta leave little treats
Hey, let's
out
hear
for
you.
'em.
Y'all want to go down the rabbit hole sometime on YouTubes that we're on? Just type up creepy things in Kentucky. Cave goblins is one of them. Just get on it. It's a little different.
That sounds like the next song we have to write with Monster Truck.
Cave goblins.
Don't put it.
Cave goblins.
What about you, John? You got cats, right?
We got the studio cat. Whenever we were doing, what was it? I think it was Family Tree.
Yeah.
Where we started recording Family Tree. David Barrett.
Yeah, and that the cat that was declawed showed up, right?
Yep, it was a declawed fixed cat, and she was abandoned by somebody, and David had cat allergies and couldn't let her inside, and I felt bad for her because I was afraid she was going to get eaten by something, so I took her home. And then Ember, my youngest daughter, named her Sally, so she's Sally Cat.
Nice.
And that's what we got.
I like it. That's Alley Cat with an S now. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody wants to know if you still have the Pittsburgh Steelers guitar.
I do. It is in storage right now. I have so many guitars, but yes, I do still have that guitar. That is one
I remember that.
I will always have. Yeah, it's the one Kenneth Marr from Smith's Grove painted that for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude's a beast.
That's cool.
Dude's a beast.
Oh yeah.
I'm going through the other ones. Hang on.
Yeah, dude.
Somebody gave a shout out to Death Dagger.
Nice.
About that. They want to know. Lisa Hurst wants to know: is it y'all, like Y''ALL, or y'all, as in YAWL?
No, hell no. It's Y''ALL. You all.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Then you
all.
We're
Sorry,
redneck, but we're proper redneck.
It's also not. It's not yins either or Ewins. It's y'all.
Well,
No, it's y'all.
Now, if you ask Matt Morgan, what's he gonna say? Yins.
Yins.
You know what I mean?
Every time he says that, I get confused.
I always thought that was a northern thing. A lot of people say that, like.
That's kind of like Creek and Crick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember Bob Marlette said, "Y'all gonna do that Soul Creek song next?" Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Hey, here's a cool question. I love this question. I'd like to have the answer to it too. Adrian wants to know: I've seen you 11 times, and you've never played the song.
Damn it!
It's one.
I know where this is going.
One of your best songs.
Never played what song?
I'm paranoid to sing it live. If you want to know the truth about it, I'm paranoid to sing it live. Paranoid to sing it live. Grown ass man telling you the truth right now.
You can nail it.
I'm nervous to sing that song live.
You could do it.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure I could, but I'm more excited to play some of these Nings live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that.
Man,
Hey, look here. Let me ask y'all a question. Straight up.
the first time.
And I feel.
Hang on, what now?
Let John Fred go.
No, I was just saying I got my truck radio fixed after 3 years after I blew it up, and I put our new album in it. And man, I had to pull off the road and sit for a minute and catch my breath.
Yeah. So people out there, we just got the master back of our new album, which means it essentially sounds
the music is
it's going to sound when you hear it. Because we had the rough mixes and we had another version of rough mixes, then we had the mix. Now it's mastered. So now it's like it's all done. And it literally it thumps back.
Put this way, John Fred sent a picture to us and he said, well, I'm pretty sure it kicks ass. John Fred's got a nice set of their focal, right? John Fred or focal, however you say it.
Yeah, right.
With the 8-inch speakers. And he had blown the fiberglass insulation out the back through the portholes of the damn things.
I mean, that's the first time that ever happened.
Jordan Westfall for president and mixing, you know what I'm saying? That dude killed it, man.
Honestly,
I can't say enough about it.
Jordan nailed it. Ted Jensen mastered it. Ted did our first, first 4 albums?
First 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
I know he did everything through Between the Devil.
Yeah.
I feel like he did Magic Mountain too. I'm pretty sure. I think after that's the first time we ever got away from him.
Yeah, man. I don't remember. It sounds amazing. Jordan's mix.
It slams.
It is insane. You guys are going to love it. I got an itchy feeling you might hear some of it during some of these hot months. I don't know. I'm just throwing a frisbee out there, and I'll see, or a boomerang rather. I'm gonna throw that boomerang out there, and if it comes back, it comes back.
Hey, look here. Here's a question: keep the beard or shave it? I mean, it's kind of a shitty patchy beard, but I feel a little more manly with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a general poll. It's a general poll for the people.
General poll. We'll wait for that to come in. Until then, we have. When you toured through Germany, you played Ghost of Floyd Collins, and I was so happy. I never thought you would play it. One of my favorites. Well, thank you.
Awesome.
That's a fun song.
Glad we could oblige you.
Somebody wants
here. Let me ask a question to everybody watching. What are some of our songs that you have wanted to hear, but maybe never had the opportunity? And that's not because obviously maybe we haven't played them, but we might not have played them when we were in your area. But what are some
This
songs?
This is the part where the bus rolls straight over Chris for the next 25 minutes, just like this.
Well, no, not really, because
dude. Hey, look here, I'm just bullshitting, man.
You can sing anything you want to.
Hey, man,
that's not just our stuff.
There's a whole lot of keep it's coming in there, by the way.
Right on.
Keep the beard. Yeah. Ted Jensen was the Magic Mountain guy, by the way. I just did a little double check for it.
Promoting over there, John?
Yeah, somebody said.
You're gonna sell some albums today.
Somebody said John to the rescue with having a copy on standby.
There you go.
Sadly, okay, so this is a thing, right? Ashley gets so pissed at me because every time we get a couple advanced copies of a record, I'll see somebody at town be like, "Man, I couldn't find y'all's album anywhere." Knowing good and well, they just didn't go buy the damn thing. But the way I am, I'm like, "Oh man, yeah. I think I got one in the car here," and I'll hand them one, and she'll be like, "You asked. That was my CD. Now I don't have a copy of the CD." Then I have to
wait. We're not supposed to sell those. The ones we get.
I thought we were supposed to sell them out of our trunk.
I thought you.
Hey, here's answers to your question, John Fred. We have Things My Father Said, which we play. We play that.
Yeah.
All I'm Dreaming Of. We did that acoustically in the UK.
Yeah.
In all fairness, we haven't done it stateside, but we have played it. Coyote,
that's 2 debunked.
Coyote and Revolutionize.
Oh, whoa.
Now, here's the thing.
I appreciate you pulling deep on that. That's pulling deep. I like that.
Now, here's the thing. If you look it up on YouTube, we did Coyote under the original title at Download.
We did. 2000.
The original title was Roadrunner, and I think that's what the video says. Blackstone Cherry, new song, Roadrunner.
Yeah.
But there's video of us doing that song, and it's raw as form before it was ever recorded, anything really.
It was raw.
But we did that, and then Revolutionize. I don't think we ever did.
Yeah.
That's a cool track, though. I just listened to that.
Somebody
a couple
says,
weeks ago.
somebody said, I'd love to hear Rescue Me.
Oh, there you
We
go.
did that one a bunch.
We did that one.
It's got that, that's got that
Yeah.
55 part gospel harmony on the front of it. Sounds like Queen.
55 part.
It sounds like generic Queen.
Anything
Yeah,
other than Queen is
that's
going to be
Kmart
generic.
Queen.
Actually, that ain't Queen. That's Jester. We ain't to the Queen.
Yeah.
No, man, we're like
Yeah.
Barnstable maid. A
Yeah.
maid on the stage. Yeah.
Lots of other ones. Drive. Sometimes. Staring at the mirror. These are all good ones,
There's
man.
two we've never done live right there. It's sometimes staring at the mirror.
Yeah.
I love, man, staring at the mirror just rocks.
Yeah, that one smokes.
I listened to that song the other day. You know, people are gonna be like, "Dang."
I'm
My
gonna throw
favorite
my.
band is Blackstone Cherry. Sorry.
I gotta throw my.
Sorry.
own
I mean,
request out
but
there.
here's
Gotta
the
be
thing.
proud of it. Gotta be proud of it.
We gotta be fans of it before anybody else in the world is. You know,
Right.
Yep.
or it wouldn't be anything to begin with. So
Now my own personal
I listen to
request
our
is
music a
Peace
bunch.
Pipe. I gotta say,
I agree, John. I agree. I would love to do that song.
it's one of my favorite ones he's ever
What
done.
Badass riff.
song was it?
Peace pipe.
Oh, Peace Pipe.
We got that big old twin ass solo all through it.
Yeah. Oh, see, somebody,
Smoke.
Sam
Big time.
says he was happy to hear Killing Floor last year in Owensboro. Right on.
Nice.
That's a fun song to play. It's pretty rocking. Somebody says Cowboys. We did Cowboys a lot when actually what's funny is
Folklore was out.
we sound checked with Cowboys on the last tour we did with the Lax. We pulled it back out. And surprisingly, we played it like pretty well for never playing it in 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
been a
mean,
minute.
literally, man, the last time we played that song a lot was the tour where we did Rock Blast, the first Rock Blast, where I had long hair.
Yeah.
That was the last tour we did that, which was 08 or 09, man.
Hang on a second. What are we doing to keep ourselves busy during the pandemic? Well,
I've been more busy in my life than I ever had before this, just personally.
Yeah. I've been.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's staying busy. I'll be honest with you, I've been real lazy. I don't
Can
do
we
much.
swap?
I sit here on the porch, man. I go down to John's studio some to help out whenever I can, whenever I'm getting stir crazy. And then me and my dad mess with RC cars. So yeah, I mean we've got 2 tracks back there now, which are awesome, and it's doing the thing. It's awesome.
yeah.
Ben, you started a podcast,
I did a podcast.
rocking that thing.
I did a podcast. That's fun. It's fun to
When's
talk.
you haven't done your first one yet, right? Or did you already do it?
Yeah, the first
You done
one
2 of 'em.
was 3 weeks ago. I did it with Jason Venner, our buddy Jason, and it's talking about the cruise world, like what's it like being an entertainment director on cruise ships. And he talked about in the episode. He talks about, because I asked him, I said, I want to know what goes on below the floors that we're on, like what happens in the bottom of that cruise ship. You wouldn't believe the stuff that he revealed. I had no idea that was underneath this ship.
Like, give me some examples.
There's a bowling alley underneath the ship.
What?
Yeah. So people used to go listen to it.
Okay.
He reveals a whole bunch of cool stuff. And then the second one was with Caleb Johnson. Our buddy
Yep, I
Caleb.
saw that.
He talks about he's hilarious. You know, he talks about American Idol and the good things and the bad things, because Caleb has no filter, you know.
Yeah, great guy.
Right.
Love that guy.
He talks about Trans-Siberian Orchestra and all kinds of stuff. Then he goes off on a tangent about he's making claymation movies while he's bored at home. He's funny.
That's great.
That's awesome.
He's a great guy. I love him. He's a great guy.
Are you doing
Oh,
doing
Caleb-
these on
Caleb's
I
one
know
of the best, man.
he's great. Are you sorry, Ben, are you doing these are they filmed as well? Are you doing them on Zoom too? And then it
Yeah,
goes to like Spotify?
Film them that way. And I got to attribute, you know, our buddy Joe McKinney told me this, because Joe listens to podcasts like all the time. And at first it was just going to be audio. I was like, well, I'll put it out and I'll put it on this platform, and it sends it out to Apple and Google and Spotify and all that stuff. And it's free, so people can just listen to it whenever. But Joe was like, well, this is smart. He said a lot of people might want to listen to it if they're driving down the road or mowing the yard. He said, but some people aren't audio people. They like to watch it. They want to watch the conversation. So I've recorded them and I just put them on YouTube. That way people can either watch it or just listen to it,
That's great.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Y'all need to come on there and we'll just talk about the same thing we do right here.
All right.
I
mean,
Oh, here's a good, what guitars do you like playing better? Paul Reed Smith or Gibson's? I think that's a polarized question.
and well, here's the thing. I mean, every guitar has its feel, right? Like, there's days that I want to play my 345 or I want to play my Les Paul, right? So I have Gibson days. There's days that I want to play my Lucky Dog guitars, which I absolutely love. And then there's days that, here's the thing. I've got a signature PRS guitar that we did for about 2 years. And that guitar for me is the perfect guitar for a day in, day out guitar. That's what I wanted. Something to tour with, something that day in, day out, I could rely on it. But every now and then you want other flavors. So that's kind of like saying, which child do you love the most? You know what I mean? You love them all equally, but you love them all differently at the same time.
They're all different. It's all different,
Yeah.
Every guitar is different, We don't stick. It's hard to stick to just one. And Junior, our guitar tech, can attest to that. Bless his heart.
Oh God,
He's a hard worker.
Yeah. A 20th anniversary tour would be fun. When would that? That's weird.
That's weird. Yeah.
Next year.
June next year.
Next year, buddy.
Hats like this on the 20th anniversary. Isn't this like a West Coast thing?
Look here,
Our
I
band
refuse to
can
ruin a
almost
good
drink
hat
legally.
doing that.
I dig it though. I mean,
I absolutely
I like
refuse to
it.
ruin a good hat.
Look at that. Isn't that great? I can't wear a flat bill, man. I can't do it. Like, I mean, since birth, like when I probably like 2 weeks old, like I was curling my hats like this. I can't do a flat bill. Can't do it.
there's a band from overseas that gives a shout out. Riders Creed from the UK.
Right.
Watching. Last time we saw you lads was Ramblin' Man from the side stage. It was great to meet you and chat afterwards. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Creed. And that's something we do. We don't close our stages.
Nope.
It was really cool. Ramblin' Man, both times we look over the side and it's full of people. Half of them we don't even know, and it's awesome.
That's
That's
great,
that
though,
energy,
man.
man. That's
Great.
what pumps you up, man.
Yeah, unless you get hit with a flying drumstick, or if you come too close, you might get leg kicked.
Now look here, the only thing we say is this: the stage ain't closed, but enter at your own risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come get tangled in our cables.
Well, look here, we all went wireless now. There ain't no cables up front anymore.
I know.
It
Dude.
says, "Hey Chris, do you have any tips for singing big belts while playing guitar?"
Don't do it when your voice is shot because you will end up with a big thing that looks like the side of your pinky sticking on your vocal cords. That is my number one advice because it happened to me. When your voice is really tired or you're feeling it overworked, rest it. That is the biggest thing. As far as singing and playing at the same time, really, you just got to look at one of them as, the guitar part is the accompaniment to what you're singing, right? Yeah. Because as much as I'm a guitar player at heart, I'm the singer of the band. So, when I'm singing, the guitar playing that I'm doing is an accompaniment to what I'm singing because the vocal is more important than the guitar part. So I try to, concentrate more on the vocal. But, you learn to forget about thinking and just do it, and that's and just do it over and over and over, and then do it again some more over and over.
It becomes muscle memory, doesn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it really does, man. Like, and that's part of why, like, a song like You, we've never done it live, is and it's my fault. I'm the only guy sitting here going, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because every one of the other three guys, 90% of the songs that everybody asks about us doing live, it comes down to me not being comfortable enough to sing it. And I hate that, and I do try to sit around and work on some of that stuff sometimes, but every time, we have a bunch of time, we put out a new record, and then I got to sit around and, kind of get comfortable singing and playing that stuff. Because in the studio, it's a rare occasion to sing and play guitar at the same time while doing the actual tracks for me anyways. Right. I like to separate them out and really, really devote time to it. So, but
it's hard to play.
truthfully though,
You-
that is why we don't do a lot of those songs. It's just because I'm not confident singing them live, you know.
And I think too, one thing it's hard for us to do songs like You live because our vision for that song is we don't have the production to bring like the white horses and have like the flower petals fall from the ceiling. And you know, because like I always imagine, like as soon as I hear that song, like there's some dude like Fabio sweeping some chick up off her feet on a beach, and like with that rock hard chest, you know, and that flowing like that wind. We have to take wind machines on stage, blowing hair.
Gotta have it. Make it look good.
Yeah,
You
we're
know?
gonna have to. We have to grow some of
What
that
the
back out.
hell are
when that
y'all
happens.
talking about hair? Look at this.
It's gonna be like
You got
flopping.
the
Maybe a
best
little
looking
closer.
head.
Somebody
Look
says,
here, I am thankful that I don't have a horribly shaped head. I am very thankful for that.
somebody says,
Golly.
how does it feel when the entire crowd is singing Pieces Free?
Amazing.
It's like a constant, it's like a body chill. It's like the biggest goosebump.
Yeah.
Stop you in your track. Try to take it in, but still trying to play the guitar, but you're trying to really like, I wish you could just pause for a second and just breathe that in. But you know,
You know, Ben,
an amazing feeling.
last year when we did that festival in Poland, we played that was like,
Oh man.
I mean, for me, man, that was
unreal.
like a moment you can't like replace ever.
Man, when I've been asked, why do you let the crowd sing so much? Because a room full of people sounds better than one person. It means more. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
like
sometimes
that's why, and I've tried to stop doing it so much because people are like, you wish you would sing more, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, I get it. You know, I try not to. And then when we did the Carnival tour, we did, I went out and did Things My Father Said and sang the whole thing. And we did the last chorus a cappella. And that's something, doing that every night, that I was terrified. You can ask these dudes, man. I remember we were in London hanging out before that tour started, and we had a chance to go see Kevin Hart. We had free tickets to go see Kevin Hart at the O2. Or no, it was Wembley, wasn't it, John Fred?
Yeah, Wembley.
It was Wembley, and I think the dude is hilarious, right? But I didn't go. I was scared, man. I stayed in the damn hotel room with an acoustic guitar, like just playing that song. Because Ben, anytime we had done something acoustic, Ben had always done it. And the whole reason that I wanted to do that on that tour wasn't to have a me moment. It was just for once and for all, people used to bitch about me not singing that song. I was like, okay, I'm gonna sing it with just in the guitar by myself, and then nobody can say anything anymore, you know.
And you nailed it, man. It was
I
awesome.
appreciate it, man. But that was magical, man. Hearing people sing that back tonight was unreal.
Well, and you know what? Hey, look, I'm not out there singing, you know, but I mean, I'll say this, man. When you hear, like, from a musician standpoint, when you're lucky enough and fortunate enough, like we are, to have people that like your music, and I mean, it's hard because you go out there and when people start singing it, like from Chris' perspective, man, you almost like, it's hard not to step back and let people sing that, because that's something that you worked on, a song. That's something that you worked on so hard. And, you know, even though everybody's wanting to hear you, Chris, sing it, I get it, because like there's nothing more amazing than to see a crowd sing something that you created, probably in a little room or on the back of a bus, you know, and it's like, that's an amazing feeling. We're super still proud of that, you know. And I think too, you know, like maybe if we, you know, and I like in Chris's situation, like I think if he didn't want to hear the crowd, I think there'd be something wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Quit complaining about it.
Ultimate payoff. Somebody says, I'm from Glasgow, Scotland. Are there any areas of the city that you like to visit when you have any free time when you're here?
I never had no free time there.
We love Scotland. I mean, a lot of us have gone to, of course, we've gone to Lebowski's. That's fun. Last time we were in Scotland, we had like a day off, and we parked at our bus parked at a park, at a bus area park. And some of us kind of went out in the town a little bit. That's the day I chased that guy down. got real nervous. I chased a guy down because he was being mean to me.
Oh yeah.
That was in Glasgow.
Yeah, I went to a camera store that day. I can't remember what it was called though. Damn it.
Hey,
It was the one that go ahead, John.
Somebody said, somebody
He's
said,
pro.
Go ahead.
somebody said, John, we can hear your birds.
Yeah, my daggone birds.
Hmm.
I feel bad, man. I got a special place in my heart. I can't hurt them. I just got to wait until they fly off, and then I'll take the nest down.
Yeah, let them do their thing.
Dude, I love it. I come out here and sit on the porch and watch birds
every
every morning.
single gutter. I mean, Cat House is always a great time, and we made some legendary memories in Glasgow.
The garage.
The garage.
The
Yeah.
garage, how they say it over there.
Gary.
We did a pre-production day there one time too, right before Experience Kentucky. That was fun.
Yep.
Was a good time.
We played the Academy there. It was a great time. Of course, the Barrowlands, the Hydro, the SEC, and the concert hall. We played the concert hall in Experience Kentucky.
Yeah. I really like that venue. That's where we did the Experience Kentucky tour at.
Yeah. This person has asked this question a bunch, and I'm not gonna look over it. They want to know, do we have any guitar or bass warm-ups that we can share? And honestly, you might be disappointed to know that, like, I'm not sure we do any real sit on the back and do warm-ups. We probably should, but for me personally, warm-ups is you get yourself ready for the show mentally, physically, and then make sure your hands are good. You don't want to have stiff hands.
Your stiff hand.
Fluid. Jump up and down a few times, get my blood flowing. For a while there, before we went on stage, we all did the McConaughey to get our blood going. That was good. But I think the one time we did that, the first time, I think we ran out on stage and we could have all of us just could have dogpiled each other. We had so much energy ready. That was in I think it was in the Bourbon Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I think I ran off the stage. I was like,
I remember we were doing that one night, and I turned around and I said, "Let me get you, Ben." And I did that twice, and Bill was like,
"Yeah, you got to remember, I'm a little boy."
Well, I got them big old meat hook hands. Look here.
John Fred does a pre-show warm-up with drumsticks, and he'll beat on the most annoying thing ever and do push rolls.
My favorite part of that's when the sticks fall every time.
If I don't drop a stick before the show's gonna suck.
Yeah.
I know when it's gonna be killer. If I drop one, I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna rock tonight. I feel like I get it out before I get on there. But if I'm backstage tossing them, catching them, I'm like, oh, I start getting nervous. I'm like, holy crap, this ain't gonna be good.
Somebody asked again about Three Doors Down. Three Doors Down, I know it says it on our thing that they're supposed to be here. There's a scheduling conflict. They're gonna make it up. That's the long story short. There's a time.
I don't blame them.
Hopefully week after next.
Yeah. Chris, what's your favorite tattoo?
That I have or I've ever seen on somebody.
I'm assuming tattoo of yours.
Favorite tattoo I have, the one on my chest right here. Let me see if I can get to it.
I love that.
That one, that cross, that is the day I found God, the day I got married, and the day my son was born.
There it is.
And that's my favorite one.
Yeah. He needs to get that date where I towel pop that ass for him one time.
Yeah, we'll see who runs. We'll see who runs that little blonde ass scared to the back of us. All right, I'm done. Quit, man. I'm done.
There's nothing like a good cow fight.
Man, when are you and I gonna get inked up? Because we don't have one single tattoo.
Honest to God,
I'm still waiting on Ben to get a damn earring.
Honest to God, now that they're back in business, I might do it during this pandemic. Now that Zach is working again,
I've heard that shit before.
I'm ready.
Look, now I got faith. Well, my dad told me, when I was a kid, y'all, everybody used to put the temporary tattoos on, and my dad doesn't have any tattoos. He loves them. He thinks they're awesome, but he just never wanted one. So when I was a kid, I would come home from school like we all did with temporary tattoos on our neck, on our face, what's up. And he would get me down and scrub me with a washcloth until I was about to cry. And he said, you can't have them. You gonna look like a hater. And I said, okay. So he told me, he said, man, you can pierce anything on your, I don't know why didn't he just say ears? He said, don't get a tattoo, man. I said, all right, Dad, I promise I won't. And, but then like, I remember when we put out, like, I think it was maybe Folklore, we were talking and he said, we were, like we always do, aggravating him about, me getting a tattoo or something, probably Chris and I. He said, I tell you what, if y'all vegan records, he said, me and you go get matching tattoos that say Forever Young on them. And I thought that was so cool. Of course, I probably won't be getting that tattoo anytime, but I thought maybe he and I could go get like Joey on our arms together.
Well,
Remember, like, just, I don't know, just good times. And, can y'all imagine my dad with a big tattoo?
I would love it.
I'm just waiting for somebody to. I'm just waiting for somebody to make the meme where they take the Jim Morrison "I Am the Lizard King" and turn all that around to some kind of awful Tiger King stuff. I gave you the idea. Somebody go do it.
Somebody asked me if I remembered
Fame
falling
copyright or something.
at Carfilly Castle. Yeah, I remember it. Thanks. I watched a
Hey,
video.
don't worry. I
I
fell
watched
through a
a video
backdrop 20
the other
feet in
day.
the air, fell on the ground.
Look here, it was a lot worse in my head than it looked because I watched a video of it the other day and I was like, okay. I fell. Ain't no doubt about that. But in my head,
The best part of it was as soon as you got up, man, you went to go together and you about did it again.
I know that stage was slick, man.
Hell
Hey,
yeah,
I
it
do
was.
worry. I do worry about you, Ben. Sometimes on them stages, like where we've got a drop at the front, it freaks me out. And
Man, the only
always-
time I've ever had a ooh shit moment was at Moondance Jam when it was raining sideways on us
dude.
when we started the set and
So
Ben went
wet.
to
Is
jump
that
on
the
the
same
riser.
one that Ben fell off? The
That's what I'm
stage?
talking about. I had a
Yeah.
ooh shit moment because Ben went to jump on a riser and it was about a 3-foot riser we were using then. And he leaped and his foot hit, but where the deck was really wet and he was wearing like, a flat soled shoe.
The
His
drum
foot
rug
slipped.
slipped on him too.
And
He
then
was
from
just-
about 4 feet, he landed flat at his back, missed one chord, right back to playing. I turned around because I was like, Ben, don't stop playing. Something happened. Ben doesn't stop playing. I turned around and he laying there and I'm like, oh my God. Right in the middle of Rain Wizard, man. It was.
I
think we got through 4
I
songs
ran
before
over
they
to
shut
him.
us down.
I run over to him and he looked up at me flat on his back, just looked up at me and said, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. So I told Josh to go back. And then it wasn't 20 seconds later, Ben looks at me and goes, get me up.
The
So
problem
Josh
was, it was hard to get because I failed that wireless pack. That's when I was wearing in-ears. So then my wireless pack was on my belt. And that when I fell right on my back, that my back. So the stage was so slippery that it was hard to even with the guitar and everything, it was hard to get myself up, without probably falling again. So I was like, I need a hand. That was awesome.
It was bad. I was worried about you.
Moondance Jam is oh God, I love that festival.
Yeah,
I
it's
did
good
too.
one,
Every
man.
damn time we try to play it though, it storms and shit and we have to play. Now look here, that last time we
That
did
was
it,
cool.
it was badass.
That was cool.
Melissa Etheridge finished, and then we played inside that smaller place before live went on, and it was like it ended up it was like screwed, but it ended up being super awesome,
Really cool.
and super badass, man.
I don't think they're going to book us again because every time we play there, it's a downpour.
I know, right?
I don't know.
Somebody says, well, we come back to, they hope to see us again at Rock 'em Ring. Well, when Rock 'em Ring
We hope
calls,
to see you again at Rock 'em
be
Ring.
there. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
We love that.
Like Seven Cherry, taking any and all dates when safe.
Anybody got a birthday coming up? Anybody got a birthday? And maybe,
Anybody got a garage sale we can play at, or
garage
maybe
sale. Those are illegal now. That's cool. Let's get it on.
grandma's birthday.
Let's see here.
Wait,
Hang on.
wait, hang on. Whoa, back up. Garage sales are illegal?
Hang on 2 minutes. This is some shit I ain't heard yet.
I'm pretty sure I heard it yesterday. At least it was made legal now, or the date has already been set, for end of May or 1st of June or something for yard sales and flea markets. It's on, baby. It's on.
She always does the roller coaster yard sale out by the house, and that's like the big one that runs through, I think, Ohio or Indiana comes out to Kentucky. So yeah, she was asking me if I knew anything about it. I don't know.
Somebody says they're in a Blackstone Cherry cover band, right on.
Righteous.
And they said,
Oh yeah.
how long did you guys play with covers before you started writing originals?
Well, we did both,
Sadly,
really.
I mean, we did both. We covered songs from bands that were more local to our area. But honestly, the first day the four of us got together, we wrote a song.
Yeah.
We started writing songs, and days that we would go down and like couldn't come up with anything, but then we would work on a cover. But we were always trying to stay constantly creative. And then when we would hit a wall, we would like, hey man, let's learn this song or let's learn that song.
I remember like the first week the band officially started writing, we were already trying to book studio time. I mean, we were ready to go.
Yeah.
Man. We did we were ready to do it.
We couldn't play our asses out of a paper bag, but we thought we were ready to go take on the world, man. But it was that attitude, man, and that mentality is what got us where we are now.
Here's a very nice comment from Stacy. It says, life has been a real challenge lately. Your music has lifted me out of that cloud. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's
why we do this.
That's the ultimate compliment right there. That is literally worth more than a Grammy Award to us, or anything. When music touches people in like a real way, that's the ultimate payoff,
Well, the reason we all wanted to do this is because music did something for us in the beginning.
Yep. South Carolina and Georgia, it's been too long, they say. Well,
I agree. It's been too long since we've been on stage, period. So
yeah. Now everybody's telling us to come play their birthday party.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I know.
So DM us for a prize.
Yeah.
Look here, I'm just gonna say this. Amid all the COVID pandemic, at least the majority of the world have got to sleep in their own bed every night. I haven't got to sleep in mine for months now.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Talking about the bus.
Oh, guys,
you slow.
Talking about the funk.
I didn't know. Where do we
shuffle these feet down there underneath me?
Where do we find inspiration for writing vocals after you come up with a melody?
A lot of times the music will kind of set the tone for what it's going to be.
Interesting story though. A song on the new album. I'm not gonna say the name of or anything. There's a song on the new album that we've had the music from. Anybody that's close to us, management. My wife said this. That's really the only people that's heard it is management and Jessica. They've heard that song, and they said that sounds like straight up like old school Practice House Blackstone Cherry, right? And because it was written old school Practice House Blackstone Cherry. But what we did was we wanted to change some of the melody and some of the words around to update it, So one night in the studio, like 3 nights before we were supposed to be like done, we changed the lyrics, and the lyrics and the new melody came to us like boom, like a lightning bolt. And Mike Rodway has all this on film too. He was like, this is amazing. We were sitting there going, because we left that song for last, because we knew we had to do some lyric changes and some melody changes. And then we were going, what's it going to be, blah, blah. And all of a sudden it was like, boom, the lyrics were written, the melody was done. And Chris literally sang it at like 10 o'clock at night because that's how hot we were on it at that time. So that vocal was like a one take vocal, and it was like, boom, done. Okay. And that was the last
Moving
thing.
on.
Yeah.
It was fun.
People are going to love that song.
Oh, yeah, golly.
Somebody says, how's Calm Dean doing? Calm Dean's doing great.
He's calm.
He's calm.
The world has slowed down. You imagine how calm he is now?
He's asleep.
Yeah.
Hey, he's like moss.
Even out of
He's
the bed.
He's like creek moss right now.
Somebody did have a cool idea, and I think we should do this, and we will. A cherry chat with all of our crew members, and we will do that. That will be awesome.
That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
That's a damn good idea.
We will do that.
Props to whoever had that one.
And you guys can ask them questions, and we can make fun of our crew members. That'll be great.
And they can tell y'all how big of babies we are on the road.
Yeah, more like they'll make fun of us.
Somebody says, when is the new album going to be available? The new album comes out on
Nah.
All I can say is that. All I can say. I know.
Look here. We can say
Oh,
this
it's already
I think,
out.
safely. We're hoping before the end of the year that everything falls into place.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
I
I may upload it tonight on Kazaa or something like that.
Cause
Bear share, son.
John Fred, you can answer this one. Who does the vocal intro on Ghost of Floyd Collins?
That is Uncle Fred Young. And I remember we did that. We recorded Folklore at Blackbird Studios in Nashville. And
Fred had come down to listen, hadn't he?
we needed the Fred vibe. Huh?
Had he come back down
What
to
now?
listen? Because he came down when we were tracking drums, and then he went back
Yeah.
home, and then he had come back down to listen, and then one of
So we
y'all
had
had
him
that
on
idea.
That's always a cool part of that song. That's a legend, you know, that's some Kentucky history, man. So
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
glad that song's always I'm thankful we wrote that song.
It's a cool
Oh, I
song.
love that song, and damn, it's mean live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I remember we opened up with it a couple times, and we used we made our intro have Fred talking on the front of it. It was badass. Y'all didn't think it was heavy enough back then, but it was bad as hell.
It was, I wasn't. It was heavy.
Let's see here. Somebody says they want a guitar tab book. Well, hey,
I can't read tabs, so we'll have to find
Something-
somebody that can even make it.
if somebody can tab it out, we'll put it together and we'll sell it when we go back on the road with the new album.
Yeah. Be awesome. We could do all the guitars and bass on the record.
Pam Thompson says BSC crew chat was me, the Bongettes, Miss Bongo.
Awesome.
What up?
Thank you for that. Can we name 3 of our favorite bands?
Yep.
Yeah.
Blackstone, Cherry Leonard Skinner, the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Yeah, we have all kinds of favorite bands. Skinner, Aerosmith, Sabbath, Zeppelin.
Steel Panther, Steel
Almonds.
Panther, Steel Panther.
Yeah.
I mean, Steel Panther deserves a Grammy for Community Property alone.
Hey, here's a cool
That's
comment. They said we
incredible
need we need some more John background vocals. There's some good John vocals on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I gotta say, I gotta
This
boost
is
up
a
my boy
real
here.
vocal.
There's some dang good Ben background vocals on this new record too.
Y'all
Boy
did.
comes swinging.
You did put me up in the attic. I had to go up in
Yeah,
the
we
attic.
did.
John Fred's got a scream on one song.
John Fred's got a screamo part. It's kills.
It's awesome.
Push
I
my
loved it.
hair
We was
to
in the
one side.
studio, and it wasn't. I think the only people left at that time were me, John Fred, and Jordan. Because John Fred's like, we were just listening back, and John Fred's like, man, I'm gonna try something. And he was like, oh yeah. And y'all know how John Fred gets pumped up as hell, right?
Yeah.
He goes, Jordy, go in there, hit record, check his shit out. And John Fred goes in, and I think it's the same song you were talking about earlier. And he does his part, and me and Jordan both look at each other like, do what? Where'd that come from? It was awesome, man. It was the best. We were like, all right, do it again.
There's some good stuff. Tell the story, Chris, about one time when John Fred was doing a drum roll, and again, and we'll talk more about this. I'm sure you'll read more about it when we start doing press for the new album. But we pushed ourselves and each other so freaking hard on this album. It's insane. But from everything, guitar parts to vocals to drums to bass to everything. And there was a part that John Fred was doing a roll, and we were like, man, I think you can nail it better, blah, 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 blah. And and Chris, remember you were looking at John Fred through the window. You were in the control,
yeah.
and you said, watch this. You said, I'm going to piss him off, and he's going to nail this drum roll.
Yeah. And I looked at him, and he looked over because like he's got this thing where he'll look over every now and then, check, make sure we see him rocking. You know, it's human nature. We all do it. We all do it. It's human nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But John Fred looked over.
Checking home base, bro. Checking home base.
And all the children plug your ears. But I looked up, I stood up in the window, and I said, "Why don't you fucking play it?" And he proceeded to annihilate. And like his face went red. And if I would have been in there, he would have probably whipped my ass bad. but he proceeded to just freaking annihilate this damn drum part.
He did.
And but golly, we get in each other's shit like that when we're in a studio, but that's what's going to make this record, because we did it more than ever on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't no like fairy dust album. It slams from top to bottom. You don't get that without just getting in each other's crap.
Yeah. John Fred, what drums are your favorite? Stacy wants to know.
Ones that won't fall apart when I hit them.
Here you go.
That's it.
Good luck.
Yeah, I use the drum workshop stuff. I love it. I think it sounds incredible. It's awesome. And yeah, their hardware is killer. I mean, I think drummers pretty much everywhere. No matter what kind of drums you play or love, it's the DW makes the best hardware out there, period. I mean, you can be a lead singer like Chris and throw one of them stands off stage with a China symbol on it, and it's gonna be all right. I mean, it's fine.
I didn't throw it. I set it down. I picked it up, cranked it over, and set it down. I didn't throw it.
I
didn't
like
throw
how
it.
you just looped right back to last week.
Yeah.
Or Wednesday. I'm sorry.
I got a problem though. I got a really bad problem, and I think most musicians in general have this, and drummers is like the Craigslist and Reverb are so bad because if you, I mean, I started collecting drums when I was little. My uncle Fred collected vintage stuff for years, and he would go around to like old high schools that were getting rid of all their old Ludwig marching stuff and all their Slingerland drums, and he's collected them for years. So I mean, I kind of got bit by the drum collecting bug when I was a kid, watching him play, obviously, and then around so many of his drums. And I do enjoy. I'm kind of a junk hunter and an antique guy by just nature, from my family, my grandfather and Fred, and so I love all kinds of different drums. I mean, it's neat because they sound different. There's so many good brands and people. I mean, I think everybody who's a musician is always like, what's the best brand and what's like, just like the guitar question, like what's your favorite between a Les Paul and a PRS? There's so many great drums out there, and they all have different tonal characteristics, and there's not really, to be honest, there's not really a bad company left out there because they're all having to compete with each other. So they make great quality stuff. But I love playing the drum workshop stuff. I've been using their stuff for probably about 10 years now.
And then John Lahan, are you still using Dean basses?
I am. However, I will say in the studio, John Fred has a Magic Spectre bass.
Yeah, it is.
That I used for the vast majority of the album, but then I used a Dean 5-string. Golly, what is the make? Edge? I think it's an Edge model. Yeah, and that thing smokes. The thing I liked about it was it magically, I don't know what it was about it, but it magically sounded so much like that Spectre, but in a 5-string.
John, you know who I got that Spectre from? I got that Spectre from Joe.
From Joe? Which Joe?
Joe Exotic.
Yeah. We know too many Joes. That was an easy setup.
Somebody says, Chris, what's the guy? You said, I know the answer, but the person that does your tattoos.
Yeah, it's our friend here, Zach Burcham. He's got a shop called West Main Street Tattoos in Glasgow here. He also did the original Tony Cherry logo that was later modified by John Fred's grandfather and John, which is to what you see now. But yeah, if you're ever around the area, hit him up a few months in advance because he stays booked, but he's bad as hell.
He is one of the best tattoo artists.
He's insane, and I'm happy for him that he's open again. It does my heart so good to see.
He gets to open back up Tuesday, so
I love it.
People wanting appointments better start calling him quick.
I know he's ready to do some ink. John Fred, did you ever get the pinball machine in Hampton, New Hampshire?
Yes, I did. And
yeah, we had to carry that friggin' thing under the bus. We couldn't even put.
Yeah, I
soup
remember
in
it started raining and it was a damn shit mess outside
where
the bus
Brandon-
trying to get
Brandon
it
fell
loaded.
off remember when Brandon slipped or something that day?
Busted
I'm
his
not
big
gonna
ass.
laugh at that. I'm laughing. That's terrible.
Hey, I'll tell you something
it's
about
terrible
that.
now. It was terrible then, but it's funny now because he's okay.
That's so
I-
good.
Got that loaded if it hadn't been for Josh Landreth, and I thank him forever. He helped me tear that thing apart professionally,
Yeah.
and we put it in the back of the trailer. And I'll tell you, it's actually a 1974. I don't know how you say it. I guess it's German. It's GOTT. It's Gottlieb. And they were not a big brand like Williams or Stern, but it's called Totem, and it's Native American inspired, and it's really, really a neat pinball machine. And I love pinball machines. I've always been very fascinated with Native American culture, so I thought, man, that is like just a 2-for-1 for me. And but I'll tell you something about pinball machines. You know, we were talking to Mark the other day. Mark having 15 pinball machines, that is insane. I love that. You have got to have some space, because I thought, and listen, this is a smaller, back in the 70s, the pinball machines were smaller compared to, the 90s and, obviously 2000s. They started making them kind of like an XL. I guess they're wider. But, man, those things take up a lot of room.
Yeah, they're big, man.
Yeah, man, I want to get I'm moving the workbench out of my garage. I'm going to put it over at my dad's shop so we can work on those remote control cars and stuff. But I've always wanted to get a San Francisco Rush set-in card game for my garage. But I want to be able to hack it. I want to hack it so I can load it up with like NASCAR 98 and all those cool games, Mario Kart and all that. But have, the seat, the unit with the gear shift, gas pedal, clutch. I want to do that. I just got to find the machine and then learn how to do it.
That's a Walmart like legendary game.
Yeah, like they've got
you like could not grow up.
I'll tell you what else is the Cruising USA.
Without playing that game.
Yeah.
Cruising USA, absolutely.
Cruising
Now, I'll
USA.
tell you all what we
Double
need
tap
to do
that
now that
gas,
the
run that
Waxy Cherry
wheelie. Hell
record's
yeah.
done. Now that we got our record done, what we need to do is just turn the studio into an arcade until further notice.
Okay.
We have somewhere to go, something to do.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that way we can play video games at least while waiting for the tour bus to come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Well, I'll tell you something funny. So, like, we're all nerds and we grew up on, video games. Like, I got scouts playing. Her and Sage are playing my Super Nintendo, and they're playing. It was the WWF game. I can't remember what it was, but it's such a mind trip for me to watch them play that, because I remember growing up like playing that game, and then 30 years later turning around and seeing my kids. So it's almost like watching me as a child, but I'm out of my body. Like it's a weird feeling. I'm like, oh my God,
It's weird.
I remember like seeing myself playing this game, and now it's my kids playing. It's nuts, man.
Somebody brought up
Same
Galaga,
here, dude.
and I can't think about Galaga without thinking about any American Pizza Hut.
Oh, dude.
Right.
If in every
Hey,
Pizza
look
Hut-
here. Let's just talk about it for a minute. When we get back on the road, we're gonna have a B-Dubs night and a Big Buck Hunter
Yes.
competition between the bands. We
Big
got to
Buck
do it.
Hunter, that is bad news. I mean, golly, it's so good.
Look here.
I think
I
think Ben is
don't advocate.
required. I think
You
Ben's
know.
required to bring the N64 so we can do some 007 GoldenEye.
Now look here.
GoldenEye.
They say that they're coming out with an N64 Classic, and I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Don't
if it
don't toy with my emotions, Chris.
No, they've said it, and they're also coming out with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for PS4 remastered
saw
for all
that.
the major
I
consoles.
saw that. I
That
saw
that got me overly excited. I
Yep.
might have cried a little.
I mean, legit.
But the N64 Classic, like, so they did the NES and the Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Apparently,
Yep.
it's in development, and from what I read somewhere. But dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, if they don't put Mario Kart 64 and 007 on there, GoldenEye, they ain't worth buying.
No,
Yeah.
Ain't worth buying.
GoldenEye was a generation of its own. Like you can say
I
GoldenEye.
would buy the damn thing for GoldenEye alone.
Yeah.
We
absolutely.
did when
Right.
we were touring in Big Red.
Oh
That's
man.
the only game we had on the bus was GoldenEye.
In the
We
milky
play
spot,
every
remember we
night
called
for
that
Milky spot.
the milky spot.
The Milky
Yeah,
Spot.
no knives in the milky spot, or no,
Hey,
it
I
was
tell you,
knives. No, it was
tell you-
knives only in the milky spot, wasn't it?
and here's what pissed somebody off. If you made a thing and say like, okay, we're going to slappers only, right? You know, you slap somebody's face. There's nothing more degrading than that, you know, especially on a video game because the sound is so loud, you know. But what pissed somebody off the worst, you wouldn't really get under my skin if you do like a whole round of slappers only, and then you're up, and you really quickly you pull out that gun and blow their ass away. Oh my God, that stuff right there will make somebody throw a controller down the hall. I mean,
You know what? You know what GoldenEye reminds me of is us being in Canada in 2007. It freezing
oh yeah,
on that tour,
Yeah.
and like, dude, there was so. I mean, all we
Ender
did
and
was
Finger 11.
all we did was play GoldenEye. Like it was madness,
so
man.
good.
No, dude,
Right,
look
without-
here. I tell you another good one was when we get old Jay Cobb, Mr. Peepaw,
Yeah.
get him playing Call of Duty, and
He
somebody
loves
sneak up
zombies.
behind him and kill him or something. Oh God,
Jake loved playing the zombies on that Call of Duty.
yeah.
Yeah.
He loved that.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that time? Me and Jacob been playing that card game, and Corbin went up on the bus. Me and Jacob went to go get something to eat somewhere or something.
Remember that?
And Corbin goes up on the bus. Me and Jake have been playing this thing. It was
I
mainly
knew that.
Jake, but he had been playing it for like a week or two, and it built up his car and had all this money built up. He was like, we were setting him up for drag racing. I got super into it. We get back. Corbin's driving this brand new Corvette on the game that we hadn't had. We're like, damn, how'd you get that? He's like, oh, I spent all that money, dog. Spent it all. Jake looked at him and he said, Corbin, you did what? He said, I spent all them coins that somebody had got. I thought it was a bus account, you know.
Bus
Mr. Corbin, it says Jake Paul. Oh God.
He was mad.
He spent a week's worth of work. Lord, I thought he was gonna take his belt off that time. Pull his ass.
Yeah. And Jake was like, you didn't even spend on anything really good. It was just like a stock Corvette with maybe some nice wheels, you know? It didn't have any real upgrade.
Damn it.
He spent it all on a V6 with a paint job.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? You paid for
Right.
you paid to have flames put on it? You didn't, you know. It's like,
Right. Paul had been working on that old Grand National. Had it
Yeah.
thing where it'd roast them.
well, fellas, it's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all this hour.
Yes, sir. I miss
Yes,
shit out of
sir.
y'all in
Funny thing,
person.
like, we could go
I do
for
too.
hours, but I think what we should do is continue to have guests and continue because people are loving the fact, like somebody, Todd Klein and some other people have just said, you know, it's just fun to watch us interact. So what we'll do is we'll drop these little nuggets in between our guests. That way we can just get on here and
Yeah.
hang out and you know, and then people can ask us questions. I think it's great.
Look here, it's been.
I
kinda
think we
nice,
should.
man. Maybe we should start doing maybe a once a month thing, or every other week, or every 2 weeks or something. We just come on by ourselves and do a thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. Y'all let us know if it's something y'all be interested in, man. You know, this is a new thing for us. So
Well, somebody
So
else had a
whatever
really cool
y'all-
idea. Not only the getting the crew guys on here, which would be fantastic. Although somebody said, "Do you think Brandon knows how to use Zoom?" That's pretty
probably not.
good. We'll get the crew guys on here, and then also, this might be totally insane. I have no idea, but I think at some point we should start the Zoom, and then I will just drop the Zoom link into the YouTube chat.
Oh God.
And and we'll just start admitting people on as they come on. Fans, I think it'd be fantastic.
Keep it limited to like 4 at a time, or it's just
Well,
going
you
to
can only
turn
do
into
you
can't
can only
follow.
do so many at a time.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it'll just be to keep. I think that'd be great. We'll think about
Yeah.
that. You know, you guys, it's something for y'all to look forward to, but you never know. Hey, we're making this up as we go here. So
Yeah, because there's not really a plan. The other night I thought, man, it'd be cool if we'd reach out to Elon Musk and get him on, because we go back a long way with him.
yeah, Elon. Did you watch the Joe Rogan one with him?
Oh, of course.
Well, I love Joe Rogan. Like his next interview after that was like, man, he was a strange guy to talk to. He is. But hey, good for him. He's a
He
smart-
makes some bad rocket soap.
He does. Except for that one car that we.
Right.
The bulletproof glass one,
Yeah. Yep. See.
the truck. Whoops.
Hey, we'll see you all next week with Steel freaking Panther.
Woo! That's gonna be insane.
Cause my heart belongs
No.
to you.
There ain't
I
nothing.
can't sing
All right,
the
we'll save it for him.
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
Definitely listen.
anybody gonna finish that one? I don't think so.
Yeah, they will.
But
You can count on
my
that.
community property.
All right, we love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Sorry about the confusion with Three Doors. We'll make that up to y'all. We'll make that up to them. And then
Looking forward to Brad and I literally seeing if our dialects could transform into like the most southern X-Men creation. I feel like we're just gonna, our whole brains are just gonna get glued together.
yes, I think if
It's
you
probably,
put,
it's probably good for the cosmos that it didn't happen today, to be honest with you.
probably right. Probably right.
All right, fellas. I love y'all. We'll holler.
Love y'all. We'll see y'all later.
Love you guys. See y'all later.